Welcome back to World of Warships with your host, XBradTC. Today, we are on the archipelago map in the German Tier 4 battleship, the Kaiser. Rather interestingly, I actually meant to take out the Tier 5 battleship, the Koenig, and just happened to select the wrong ship. Turns out we're in a Tier 5 match, Tier 5, Tier 4, 3, 4, 5 match. I'm only up to the Tier 5. I kind of like the German battleships. They're reasonably fast, a little bit faster than the Americans. The guns aren't great. Usually the accuracy is pretty good. And armor's not bad, not great. But they're just an interesting line of ships to drive. Certainly, I tend to like the Wyoming better than the Kaiser. But, you know, it's a low-tier ship. You don't have to play it too much before you can advance to the next level. Anyway, we're in the standard battle mode here. And kind of got off to a slow start. Wanted to kind of find out what the rest of the team was thinking. And generally, when I start out in a battleship, particularly in low-tier matches, I kind of think my job is battleships kill cruisers, cruisers kill destroyers, and destroyers hunt battleships. At least in the early parts of the game. And if everybody does their part, that works pretty well. So here I am trying to get some shots out on St. Louis. My long-range gunnery is terrible. Part of that's me, part of that's just random number generation. What is known in the community as RNGesus. You know, you just shoot and hope. But, you know, here we are. We're 2 minutes into the game, and I've already done 11,000 damage. What I haven't been able to do is just pick one target and kill it. And I am trying to steam in company with this battleship. If you look at the minimap, there's a battleship directly in front of me. I am trying to steam in company with him. I don't want to find myself all by my lonesome and becoming the focus of multiple enemy ships shooting at me. Unfortunately, the enemy's lost 2 ships. We've already lost 3. I don't know what took me so long to get rounds out on a couple of these shots. Disappointing results. Broadside on cruiser at medium range, not terribly long range. I had hoped I would have done a lot more damage than that. While the guns are reloading, take a look around, see what else is worth shooting at. Yeah, and while I say that early on I need to engage cruisers, eventually as a battleship, you have to kill battleships. Take a look again. The enemy's down a destroyer and a cruiser. We are down 2 cruisers and 2 destroyers. This is not looking good. Put a big hit on that battleship. Took about 10,000 points off of him. I'm up to 27,000 damage. And I am working my way into the southwest corner. Trying to keep a decent angle on the armor. And one of the interesting things about this match, nobody's shooting at me. They're focusing on other players. And because of that, and I'm not camping, I mean, I'm in reasonable range of people. I'm not parked in the back taking ultra long range shots at people. But part of that means that I have longevity that is going to show up in the game. Alright, this guy's on perilously low health. Disappointing to only get 2 penetrations. Wait for the guns to reload. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there we go. He's dead. That's 1. Now, I kind of make a little mistake here. I'm going to engage this guy. And I don't make the mistake right here. But, oh, good hit there. I'm turning to angle the armor. That's pulling the turrets off the target, so I can't get the full broadside on them at once. And he is turning away, so while I'm willing, since the guns are pointed there anyway, I'm willing to go ahead and shoot. And I aim a little bit higher than I normally would because I want the shells to impact the superstructure and try to get a penetration there, but they just bounce off the hull. Get a little bit of damage, not much, don't have full potential. And a little bit more. Let's take a look at what else out there. Oh, there is a British Caledon class cruiser. The British cruisers have not been released, but super testers are using them in the game, so we occasionally see them. This is my first time seeing the Caledon. And take aim, pull the trigger, get one. I probably should have been shooting at the battleships at this time, but I just love killing cruisers. One of the problems is I'm shooting into the sun here, and it's very hard to see where my shells are, which makes it a little bit harder to evaluate how well you're shooting. And shots fired. And I can't really see it, but it's a very good shot. That left him with 940 health points. Guns reloading. I have come about. I don't want to be stuck down here in the corner, so my forward turrets are still on him. In the meantime, my rear turrets are going to take forever to traverse around. Take another shot. And it's a clean miss. Oh, only 4 shells and almost at max range. It's not surprising that RNG has denied me a hit. And he's tacking away. That's a fairly tricky shot. One more salvo. And nope, nothing. Starting to take some rounds from the battleship I probably should have been shooting at before. He hits me with HE, starts me on fire. But you'll notice I don't put the fire out. I'm just going to let this one burn out because I have not used my damage repair ability, and it's going to be able to recover virtually all of these health points. Shots out on the battleship. I let him way too much. And, you know, for the time it took me to look at him and decide to shoot at him, I should have noticed he was barely moving. I think he's moving at a quarter speed. In the meantime, he's being occluded by the island, so we're going to shoot at this hapless South Carolina on low health. We're going to lead him the proper amount. Shots fired. And he's done. Turn back. Well, no, he's going to be behind the island before we can shoot. So let's take a look, see what else is to shoot at. Oh, there's that Caledon again. It's a very low percentage shot, but he's very low health. You never know, might get lucky. He's right at the very extreme edge of our gun range. Pull the trigger. This is going to be the most disappointing shot of the match. You'll see why in just a second. That's right. We got one over penetration and left him with 100 health points. In the meantime, take a look. Our team is down to 3 ships. Oh, did I say 3? I meant 2. I have used my damage repair ability. Take a look. I'm almost back to full health. The only thing that's hit me so far is that broadside that set me on fire. And I know the battleship that sent it is just around this headland. I've got 2 others on my starboard side, but they're further out. So I'm going to go after this guy. Dive bomber coming in. Only one plane in the squadron. There's the enemy battleship. Take a little time for the guns to get aligned here. But he's virtually sitting still, so he's an easy target. 2 good hits. A little disappointing. I hope for a little bit more, but still. 2 good hits, and I can live with that. I should have been turning in a little bit more. I've actually slowed down because the faster I go forward, it increases the angle on his armor, giving me less chance to penetrate. Once again, good hits, 4 good penetrations. And he did put a reasonably potent hit on me, but he's starting to back down. I'm turning in a little bit. I want to, again, maintain the angle of my armor against him. And he's going to get another shot at me before I can get rounds off, I do believe. Yep, here it comes. He's firing HE, sets me on fire. But, once again, good penetration, able to kill him. And because nobody's near me for a little bit, I'm able to go ahead and use my damage control, put the fire out. And as soon as my damage repair is off cooldown, I should have used it. I made an error in not doing so right now, because look how much in the shaded gray on the ship profile on the left-hand side tells you how much health you can claw back. And I should have gone ahead and used it and gotten that back. Alright, rounds out on cruiser. Very disappointing. Just overpen and just minimal damage. I thought that was a better shot, but, you know, RNGesus denied it to me. I have to turn to clear the island ahead of me. And you'll notice the amount of health I could claw back has been diminished by the hits I've taken. So yeah, grave error on my part. And I do use the damage repair ability right there. So I'm at about 2/3 health, and there's nearly full health. Battleship and I are locked in a duel. And we're down 3-2. And the friendly cruiser with me isn't going to last much longer. In fact, he's just died, and because I am behind the island, I can no longer spot the battleship. So it's all me now. So right now it's the battleship, that Caledon cruiser with 100 hit points, and the enemy carrier. And I suspect the enemy carrier is just about out of planes. So can I pull this off? Let's see. Rounds out. Good hits. Unfortunately, he got good hits too, and I was badly angled. I took a major hit. I should have had better angle on the armor. And he's complaining, he or one of the other players on the enemy team is complaining about the camping in the cap. No, that's just where I ended up. I mean, you got to defend the base when you're playing in standard battle mode, but it's not like I spent the game just camped there waiting for people to come here. Good angle on the armor, so the hits do minimal damage, and my shots in return, I actually loaded up HE. I wanted to set him on fire, and I did. I'm going to give him one more HE. My hope is that he would use his damage control ability. Hey, oh, there's that Caledon. Very brave to come out here and start shooting me. And interestingly, the Caledon used AP. I would have used HE to try and set me on fire. I've tagged him as the priority target for my secondary batteries. Can't do anything about him because all my guns are pointed over here. There goes my second HE volley. I'm reloading with AP. The Caledon has switched to HE, set me on fire briefly. I used damage repair ability, and then I see the torpedoes, and oh my god, I'm going to die! Oh. They ran out of steam. Unfortunately, I turned to avoid the torpedoes, and I exposed my broadside to the enemy battleship. And in doing so, I accidentally slowed down. I actually hit all the way to full stop. And so, good hits. Can I get one more volley into this guy? One more good volley and I can polish this guy off? Am I going to win? Am I going to... Oh, this hurts. I'm virtually out of health. I'm screwed up and I'm sitting still. I'm an easy target. The torpedoes are coming in. Can we pull this off? It's going to... Oh! We killed the Caledon with the secondary battery and died 1 second later. What a defeat. Still, it was a pretty fun game. 202,000 credits, 1,600 XP, 582 free XP, Confederate, and I do believe that's close quarters expert. 106,000 damage done, 63 gun hits, top of the team. Only 854 base XP, but we had a bunch of flags and modifiers that gave us a much better score. And like I say, if I'm the number one ship on your team, it's not a very good team. Look at some of the scores. Just really terrible scores on the team. So yeah, this was disappointing. On the other hand, my kills were pretty legitimate kills. Serious damage done to all the targets. It's not like I swooped in and stole anybody's kills. Getting a little tired of having good games ending in defeat. I made some serious errors in this match, but apparently not nearly as bad as some of my teammates. A little disappointed. In any event, I hope you have enjoyed this episode, World of Warships, and we'll see you soon.